Hello and welcome to our Thursday night Bible study on A Word to the Wise. This is our study for this year. We're going through wisdom literature. My name is
Yes.
Isai. I'm an associate pastor here in West Covina Hills, and I'm joined by Pastor Jillian Lutz, also associate pastor here in West Covina Hills.
It's the associate party.
Associate party, yeah. It's always fun that when it's
Just the two of us,
associates
yeah.
and it feels like we're letting loose a little.
Yes,
It's
yes.
cool to get to collaborate in these studies and get to discuss them and with our viewers. Hopefully that you will get some insights, some nuggets for your life as we're getting so much from this wisdom literature, and enjoying the ride, enjoying the wisdom, enjoying the teachings that we're being reminded of or we're being taught along the way. Yeah. Pastor Jillian, would you mind opening up with prayer for us?
Absolutely. Lord, thank you so much for leaving behind wisdom for us for everyday life. Lord, as we explore this book of wisdom, I pray that we will learn what you need us to learn from the text. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. So today we are on chapter 4, Proverbs 4. Proverbs 3, last week we were discussing really how the wise teacher is really at least taking the emphasis of a parent and also breaking down his teachings for his son. So he has like all of these layered teachings that he has for his son. And really he's breaking down lesson after lesson. And again, in chapter 4, he starts off by really introducing lessons for his son, the child who's listening. He really sets the tone as a parent speaking to a child. So chapter 4, verse 1 says, "Hear, my children, the instructions of a father." So he's saying this is a father speaking to his children. "Give attention to know understanding, for I give you good doctrine. Do not forsake my law. When I was my father's son, tender and the only one in the sight of my mother, he also taught me and said to me, 'Let your heart retain my words. Keep my commandments and live.'" So just right off the bat, before like we especially dig into what those teachings are, he's saying, when I was a young child, my father did this to me.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing this. I want you to also listen to me in the same way that I was taught when I was a child. I want you to take these words and listen, and really recognize that these are words that are passed down from generation to generation. This is something that is valuable. This is something that, someone that has lived experience is now sharing to you something that is lessons learned.
Yeah.
And you don't have to make the same mistakes, hopefully, and you learn from these lessons. And now I want to share these things to you. So in that same way, this is from that perspective of someone that has lived life, made mistakes, and now you should sit down, listen, and pay attention to these teachings.
Almost the idea of like wisdom as a legacy.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
That grows and builds over time.
Yes, that it's like something that like it's that you should honor, that you should pay attention to, because I like that. It's like a reminder also of the people that came before us and what they have to teach us. So he gets into it and he says, in verse 2 he also said, "Don't forsake my law when I was my father's age." Verse 4, he says, "He also taught me and said to me, 'Let your heart retain my words, keep my commands and live.'" Okay, verse 5, "Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding." There's a lot of get here, right?
Yes,
Yeah, like the emphasis, like get it. Like pursue wisdom, get it.
Yes.
Reach for it, grab it, hold on to it. It's this idea that that wisdom is something that should be, like he even says, it's the principal thing, that it's the first thing that we should look for. It's the thing that we need to be sure that we have, that we're holding on to, that it's something that is valuable to us in the way that we make decisions, in the way that we're moving through life, that we are constantly in check, that we are getting understanding, that we are not taking it for granted,
Yeah.
that we're not forgetting it. Yeah,
That we're
something
pursuing it.
Pursuing, yes.
You know, and he, so, your English translations probably don't highlight this very much, but in Hebrew poetry, they repeat things not because they lacked imagination, but it was for emphasis. So if you
Right,
see a
yeah.
verb repeated over and over again, like get,
Yes.
it's really trying to hammer in that concept in a poetic way. Get wisdom. It's about pursue it, and then there's that transition into pursue it like a woman.
Yeah, right. And it's almost like a not even a clear transition. All of a sudden, there's a personification
Yes.
to what wisdom is. And again, I imagine like he's speaking to a young man, and he says, just like that energy that you want to spend pursuing that young
Yeah,
lady,
yeah.
like put that energy towards pursuing wisdom. Like with almost recklessness, like pursue wisdom at all costs.
Yes.
That is something that you're striving for, putting energy towards, and that it is something that is so valuable in your life. So
Yeah.
the way that you do that is what you're chasing, what you are prioritizing, what you're chasing. It's also revealing what you value. So he's saying, I'm gonna find it really quick, but he's saying, get wisdom, get understanding, don't forget. So these are things that, and he says, don't forsake her.
Yes.
And she will preserve you. These are things that it's like, don't abandon wisdom, chase it. It's saying that as much as you are putting your energy towards it, don't walk away from it either. You're pursuing it at all costs, at all of your energy. This is also going to show how much you value wisdom and understanding over, let's say, material things or popularity
Yeah.
or fame or recognition. That you care your values in life, your morals. It aligns so much more with having good wisdom, good understanding of things, and not you value that in life so much more than just being popular, being cool, or having the flashiest things in life. But you value wisdom more than other things.
And I see here like an extended metaphor where it's like we have a relationship with wisdom.
That's good. I
Wisdom
like that.
isn't this static thing, it's
Right.
this organic living thing that adapts to the times, and we need to stay in touch with wisdom as we go about.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. I love that relationship that it's because how he transitions too into don't turn away from her, she will preserve her, love her, she will keep you. And just moving forward in verse 8, he keeps expanding on this. Exalt her and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory. She will deliver to you. Hear, my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life will be many. So again, it's saying this relationship, it's going to give to you, it's going to give you honor, it's going to give you glory, it's going to place on your head just adornments. But when you embrace her, when you honor her, it's that, again, that like personification, that visual of giving her a hug and holding her tight, that you're holding her so tight, you're not going to let her go. And she's going to promote you. She's going to like bring honor into your life. This is something where it might even cost, you paying attention to other things in life, but because you're paying attention to, following good wisdom, following good understanding, then that is what will bring you honor, will bring you, I like the
She'll bring
visual.
honor to us all.
Yeah. I like that. Like the visual of like a crown of glory. It's like you might have to turn down what looks like glory in order to embrace her, but it's saying, in the end, it might not look like what you wanted in the first place, but it will be worth it, or it will lead to something fruitful. It will lead to glory that maybe you didn't expect, or it wasn't necessarily the path that you thought would lead to honor, would lead to success. But it's something that will, she will honor you. She will give you grace.
Yes.
I just think that visual is so powerful.
It is.
Yeah, and I like how you mentioned it's a relationship. And I think that that's something that's really important. Like, just reading this reminded me of how even the people of Israel in the wilderness, God asked them to write the law on their hearts, that it should be something that they are remembering every day, that they are teaching their children, that they are holding close in their homes. But it also it does kind of create a relationship dynamic of like, if I am keeping this in my mind every single day, if I'm thinking about it all the time, it creates a priority. It creates even if it's like, oh, I'm remembering these things every single day, there's a relationship there because of repetition, because of values. Priority. Verse 11, he says, I have taught you in the way of wisdom, I have led you in the right paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hindered, and when you run, you will not stumble. Take firm hold of instruction, do not let go, keep her, for she is your life. I love this because not only should we embrace wisdom, because when we hold on to wisdom, when we embrace her, when we keep her close, when we prioritize her at all costs, it will lead to value, it will lead to glory. But it also, what I see here is that also wisdom protects us. It protects our life. It maybe lengthens our life, maybe helps us avoid danger, avoid sickness or trouble or other things that could just not lead to better life. But I like how he says, keep her and she is your life. She's life because she protects us. Wisdom protects us from bad decisions, from decisions that lead to heartache, that lead to pain, and we think that we might think that it's something that we enjoy, we want. And I just think of like, I don't know, like again, I think about like the young man that maybe he wants to hold on to a toxic relationship that isn't going to be good, and it ends up being more painful, but that might end up leading to more heartbreak, more pain, more sadness. And he's saying a lot, if we hold on to wisdom, it's going to take us away from that heartbreak, those things that we prioritize that will end up occupying space in our life, that letting go of them will be harder or will lead to sadness or heartache.
So something I'm finding interesting here, because I'm reading once again the NLT translation here, which I absolutely loved for Paul's letters, but I hate the way they do poetry. I only have it here because I love me some coloring. I'm not going to teach out of this though, because you just read something that showed me that here they completely and totally took away the female pronouns in verse 13 and 14. Okay. Which in verse 13, which extends the metaphor of wisdom as a woman. And it's this whole sense of keep her, for she is the key to life. Mine says guard them, for they are the key to life. The idea here though is that if you cherish wisdom, if you protect your wisdom and make sure that you're actually honoring it in that relationship, she will be a guardian. And it's this very concrete image of wisdom being a guardian. And that's a very beautiful and powerful image. It
is. Yeah, it really is. I think
erased in this translation.
Oh man, that is the beauty of being able to just see it in the way that translations honor the original.
Yeah,
absolutely. But I just think about like how, I don't know, that's such a powerful image. I feel like we could really just break that down, because I think like a lot of times if we look back at the the sadness that whatever decision has led to. It's if we're really honest, it might be ignoring someone's good advice, ignoring wisdom, ignoring good teaching that we were told to when we were children, ignoring the values that we were instilled upon when we were children. So I think it's something where we recognize like wisdom, which again, I love the visual that he said in the beginning of this chapter. It's something that has been, like you said, legacy. So it's something that's passed down.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's, even when I was a kid, I remember it's like, oh, you hope to learn, or, parents and mentors hope that you will learn from their mistakes so you don't have to repeat those same mistakes. And that also comes down to then you recognizing, I don't have to do those things if I am holding on to this good teaching. And then I might have to say no to something that looks flashy and exciting right now, but it won't lead to a path that it's like a detour that will lead to sadness and heartache and pain and regret. And that's the hope for this passage.
One of the things I loved about being a younger sibling is that I could watch my older brother's mistakes and not repeat them. I would make new mistakes that had nothing to do with his.
Yeah. That's so hilarious. I think that is something also about family that is interesting. It's like there is so much maybe similar personality. Maybe there's definitely difference in personalities, but I think also there's an understanding of like of a person's interests, or I don't like in family. It's almost like there's an understanding of who you are, even though we're all unique. But it's kind of like I understand why you would be interested in this because I was interested in this, or I understand where your mind is at with these opinions and thoughts, but like it's not going to lead you to where you think it's going to lead you. So
I am me because we are we.
Yeah. Oh, Yep. Absolutely. Yes. That's so good. Okay. Where were we? Verse, I think it's 13 or 14. So I'll read.
Yeah. 14, 15.
14. He says, do not enter the path of the wicked. Do not walk in the way of evil. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn away from it and pass on. For they do not sleep unless they have done evil, and their sleep is taken away unless they make someone fall. And so now I like how he like is really entering into this like traveling.
This path metaphor.
Yeah. So he's already talked about like embracing wisdom, holding on to her, a relationship. And now he's saying, don't enter this path. And this path, maybe it's a journey, a detour that a decision will take you down. When you go down a decision, or when you face a fork in the road and there leads down a different path, it says don't go down that path that leads to wickedness, or that the wicked are trying to get you to follow.
I'm actually reminded of a parable they tell in addiction recovery, which you may be familiar with. I fell into, I walked up to a hole and I fell in. I walked up and peered into the hole and I fell in. I walked by the hole, got curious and fell in.
Yeah. Oh, no.
The next time I took another street, I did not fall in. And it's this whole idea of arranging your life in such a way that you don't make it harder to live wisely.
Yeah. I think we sometimes can think, or we fool ourselves thinking like, oh, I can go there, and in the last minute I can say no. Or in the last second, I'm just going to walk backwards, or I'm going to hold on to what I know are the right decisions, but I'm going to follow this crowd. And, these are the cool kids. This is what the popular people are doing. And in the last second, I just won't fall. I like that allegory, that parable. It's like, oh, I'm just not going to fall in that ditch. But if everybody's already falling, it's already harder when you're right up there.
Yeah.
We also need to have boundaries in the way that we allow ourselves to even go there. We might think, oh, just getting near it and then pulling out is okay. Yeah. But maybe that's already way too close. And he's saying, don't even enter the path of wickedness. If we already can see that wickedness is at the end of that path, don't enter that path. It's not going to lead to life. It's not going to lead to anything fruitful. And I like that he says, don't even enter, don't even walk in the way of the evil. It might end up being that people will say, oh, you're too strict, or people are too like rigid in their lives. But if you know that's something that's not leading to a good life, he's saying don't enter into that path. Don't do it. Don't travel down there. Traveling, especially walking, but even just traveling, going or driving, it's just energy, right? Like you end a trip, or you end your commute, and you're tired. You've been using energy to travel, and he says, just turn away from, pass over that energy, pass over that effort that it requires of you to travel there. You can't just walk down a destructive path in life and expect for it to lead to a good life, because it just won't happen. So he's saying, don't even enter it, avoid it, don't go there. He said, just don't do it. Don't do it. You know that you shouldn't, so just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
He says in verse 18, he says, but the path of the just is like the shining sun that shines brighter unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is like darkness. They don't know what makes them stumble. So he's talking about traveling, but then I like how he says, wisdom not only is the personification of like a woman that you want to embrace, but also it's like a shining sun. It's like it's like a guiding light that you know where it's taking you. You see the good life that it's leading you to. But when you're walking in darkness, when you're walking down the path of evil, you are going to stumble. You're going to fall into that ditch, and you're going to not know what steps or what made you trip and fall, because you're walking in darkness, and you're maybe intentionally allowing yourself to not follow good light.
Yeah. And what I love about this verse 18 is that it talks about wisdom, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. This idea that wisdom grows in strength the longer you walk in it.
Yes.
That it's something that increases throughout your lifetime until, as Paul will say, it is fully known.
Yeah.
And that's such a beautiful idea. I've mentioned my longer lived relatives in these videos before, and something I was able to see in them was how you can live to be over a century old and still be learning more in the way of wisdom.
That's so good. Yeah, absolutely. It's a path.
Even
if
you weren't that wild and rebellious to begin with, there's just so many different layers to learn.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. There's always so much to learn. And I think that it also leads to more humility to recognize there is more to keep learning and growing. So he says, my son, give attention to my words. Incline your ears to my sayings. Do not let them depart from your eyes. Keep them in the midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. Put away from you a deceitful mouth, and put perverse lips far from you. So I think something that really stands out for me for this is, as we are holding on to wisdom and listening to wisdom, listening to good teaching, good advice, good teaching, from that it means that we don't allow words that will put somebody down come out of our mouths. We don't let words that are hurtful or that will be destructive, or here it says perverse, like things that are going to tarnish, smear somebody, something that is going to be hurtful or put somebody down. But instead he's saying that we should be, from our mouth should be the issues of life, that our mouth should be bringing life, that our from listening to good wisdom and holding on to it, that also our words are what comes out of our mouths will be life, will be good things, will be helpful, will be constructive, will be leading to better relationships also.
As a long-term fan of language, the other thing that's really interesting about this is how the very language we use shapes our worldview.
Absolutely.
It's kind of a funny thing. We develop language to describe our worldview, but in turn, our language also shapes us.
Yes.
And people who are bilingual, like Isai here, know this very profoundly. Do you sometimes feel like you're a slightly different person in Spanish than you are in English?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that less so now that I don't speak it as often, but
Yeah, it's almost just a layered personality or the layered character. Yeah,
they're both you, but they're rather different versions of you because you're framing the very way you see the world differently by the words and the connotations they have. And so, the words we use to describe the world, the words we use to describe other people have power in how we see them over time. Things we may mean as a joke, even saying them to ourselves, can have a real impact on how we interact with them over time.
Yeah. I like that. That's so true. Because what I see him telling us here is that when we are careful with what we allow into our heart and what we allow out is also really revealing what is in our heart to begin with. It reveals who we are, and it also reveals to us, just how we are allowing ourselves to be shaped, our words to shape our thoughts, opinions of others around us, and it also shows how we want our heart to grow toward what we want our heart to grow towards. And he expands on this. And as we wrap up, verse 25, it says, "Let your eyes look straight ahead and your eyelids look right before you. Ponder the path of your feet and let all your ways be established. Do not turn to the right or to the left. Remove your foot from evil." So I like this. He's talking about the words we use. And then he says, but also, where are your eyes focused? Where are you looking towards? Keep your eyes focused. Keep your eyes focused on the path. It feels like he's almost doing that callback to don't enter that wicked path, but also be aware of where you're walking. Be aware of where you're going. Where are your feet taking you? And I think sometimes we do kind of wander aimlessly in life. We just do things in life, just even if it's going through the mundane, the routine of our daily routine, going to work, getting home, but where are we wanting life to take us? Where are we wanting God to really shape in our lives where we are headed? And he said, think about these things. Make sure that you are establishing where you are heading, that you're aware, that you're conscious, and that, as the theme of this chapter especially has been of all of this really, is that make sure that wisdom is all around that. Make sure that you're not stepping out of wisdom and turning into evil and evil over here, but that you are walking with wisdom and walking in the right path, staying on that right path.
Focusing on wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's the encouragement we have for ourselves and for each of you, that we would continue to build a relationship with wisdom, and that we would continue to walk in that path that God has for us. Let's close up with prayer. Father in heaven, thank you for the reminder from this passage. Thank you for the reminder that you have good things for us, that you want us to walk in the path that you have for us. Lord, help us to not get distracted by the flashy things of this world, or the things that people might want to distract us with, that the enemy might want us to take a step to the left or to the right. But Lord, help us to recognize that you have good things for us, you want good things for us, and that you are establishing things, what is good for us. Help us to prioritize that as we continue to focus on you, focus on your path and your way. We love you, Jesus. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Amen.